it would be 2 o'clock. Okay? It would be 2 o'clock. So just to review, this is an analog clock. The long hand is the minute hand. It points to the minutes. Okay, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Okay, so if this takes one trip around the clock, it takes 60 minutes. 60 minutes equals 1 hour. 60 seconds, if you ever saw a second hand, it'll tick around the clock the entire time. That monitors the seconds. It's really, really skinny and really, really long. I don't have a minute hand on this clock, or a second hand on this clock, but there's 60 seconds in a minute. So there's 60 seconds in a minute. There's 60 minutes in an hour. Okay? So this is the minute hand, and then the little short one is the hour hand, and it points to the hour. So when we're talking about that digital time, 2 o'clock, this is the hours, and these are the minutes. So it's 2 o'clock. All right, let's try one, okay? And when you pick up your bundles next week, you'll have a clock in there to practice with. Where'd my eraser go? Ah, there it is. So you can show me the time. All right. I would like you to write this time in digital form and in word form. So you're going to write it in the digital form, the number form, and then you're also going to write it in word form. Do your best. When you're finished, go ahead.
To do the hours.
So you're writing it in digital form. What do you mean, do the hours? I'm a little confused.
Like, are we going to do the hours or the minutes?
So when you write it in digital form, this right here, this is pointing to the hour, the number for the hour, and then this right here is pointing to the minutes. So you'd have to write both. So we can do this one together. So if the hour hand's pointing to the 5, okay, on my digital time, okay, the part that's going to go above here is going to be the hour. The part that's here is the minutes. Well, it's pointing directly to the 5, okay? So 5 is our hour. And now it's pointing directly to the 12. And I know on my clock it says 60, but when it's pointing to the 12, it is 0, 0, okay? So this is our digital time that matches with our analog time, okay, our analog clock. So it's 5, dot, dot, 2 dots stacked on top of each other, that's called a colon, and then 0, 0, okay, and this represents 5, dot, dot, 0, 0. Now if I was writing that in word form, I'd write the number word for 5, F-I-V-E, that's a magic E word, o'clock, okay, and all of you should be able to sound out O and then clock, clock, okay, 5 o'clock, okay, so that's how you'd write it in word form, okay. Alright, now this time I would like you to do this time on your own. Now, we're only doing time to the hour, so all of your hours should end with a 0, 0 because we're only telling time to the hour, and all of your word forms should end with o'clock. Alright, so let's try another one. Ah, my thumb. Write this time in digital form as well as in word form.
But Miss Cooper,
when you're finished, put both your hands on your head. So you're writing it in digital form and in word form. When you're finished, put both your hands on your head. Ooh, Alice, I like your little clips and ponies that are green in your hair. Very festive.
What should we do when we're done?
Put your hands on your head. Okay. Are you ready? Anata no sakuhin o misete. I probably just butchered that, but that's okay. In ju kuyu hachi chishi roku go shi san ni ichi. I just counted from 10. Yeah! Good job. That's right. I would write this analog clock time as a 7.00, and I'd write it out in word form as 7 o'clock. Awesome. Fantastic, fantastic job. All right. Let's try a couple more before you leave me. Write this time in digital form and in word form. Digital form and word form. And on your assignment today, you will have the chance to practice how to draw an hour and a minute hand on a clock that's blank. Okay. Hands on your head. We're just going to do hands on our head today. Question, Bristol. Question?
I can never figure out what the 9 is because I always instantly open to a P. Everybody's confused. Stop.
Say it again, Bristol. Say it again.
My 9 is always like a P, like, cause it's kind of confusing to like figure them out because the 9 and the P.
Yep, you just flip the 2. Yep, that's okay. No worries. A way to think of a P is a P has a flag and a 9 has a head. So P, the flag, goes out that way, and a 9 has a head. So if that helps. But it's okay. It's normal. I know if you're in math and you accidentally make a capital P. I know you meant a 9. You know, I know you flipped the 2. All right. Anata no sakuhin o misete insan ni ichi. Don't forget it in word form too. Good. Yep. If I was to write that time, it would be a 9. And then I'd write it out in word form, another magic E-roll. 9 o'clock, right? 9.00, 9 o'clock. All right, let's try one more. We're going to do one more before you leave. Okay. Write down this time for me and then write it in word form. When you finish, put your hands on your head. So if you can't tell, The hour hand is underneath the minute hand, so they're both pointing to this number right here. So the hour hand is under the minute hand, and they're both pointing to this number right here. Now, I know time is new and it's confusing, okay? And I have office hours today, and I have office hours on Friday as well. I do have someone I have to give a math assessment to, but then I can help you out with time after that, okay? So if anyone needs to pop on. So this is, oh, don't show me yet. Hide it. Don't show me yet. The hour hand is pointing to that number as well as the minute hand. So don't let that trick you, okay? Because you can't see, my hour hand is under my minute hand, okay? Okay, I see some brains still working. No worries. Anata nosa huhin omasete. In. I should learn the word in. San ni ichi. Yeah, good. So this is written as 12.00. Okay, the hour. Okay, the hour is 12. And it's o'clock. It is 12 o'clock. Who remembers those two other words for, there's one for 12 o'clock a.m. and there's one for 12 o'clock p.m. So there's 12 o'clock p.m. and there's 12 o'clock a.m. We talked about them briefly yesterday. Anyone remember? Gage, give me one.
Midnight.
Which one, p.m. or a.m.?
A.M.
Good, yeah, 12 o'clock a.m. is midnight. It's the middle of the night, right? 12 o'clock a.m. is midnight. So that's the other terminology for 12 o'clock. Darren, do you know the other one?
Noon p.m. Noon p.m.
Noon is 12 o'clock p.m., right? So it's what we call noon, and that is the middle of the day. So right midway through the day is 12 o'clock p.m., that's the noon, and then midnight is 12 o'clock a.m., okay? And we'll talk more about a.m. and p.m. next week. We're really just focusing on the basics of the analog and digital clock. Alrighty, friends, that is all I have for you today, just a brief review from what we talked about yesterday. Your Seesaw assignment today is you're going to tell time. Okay, you're going to tell time by looking at digital clocks and drawing the hands for the hours.
Bye.
Hold on one second. You're drawing the hands for the hours, for the minute hand and the hour hand. And then on page 2, you're writing the digital time. Okay? So on one page, you're drawing the hour and the minute hand, and we haven't gotten to do that because we don't have clocks yet. Okay? So you haven't got to practice with a clock yet. But you're going to draw the hour hand, so make sure you make the hour hand small and the minute hand long. Okay?
Bye.
Okay, now you're good. Now you're good. Now you can go.